The party, her text, came at 7:46 p.m. Wear something nice tonight. The office party starts at 8. You'll love the crowd. No heart emoji, no warmth. Just the kind of casual cruelty that hides behind politeness. I looked at the message for a long time, the way one stares at a wound before deciding if it's deep enough to bleed. She hadn't invited me to anything in months. Not birthdays, not dinners, not even silence. But tonight, an office party. Public, loud, controlled. Perfect ground for humiliation. The mirror caught my reflection as I adjusted my tie. There was calm on my face. Too calm. The kind that comes only when you already know the ending, but you walk into it anyway, just to watch it happen. The hall was gold lit, full of laughter that didn't reach anyone's eyes. I saw her before she saw me. Red dress. Hair curled just enough to look effortless. A kind of glow that used to be for me. She stood beside him, David, her boss. Rich, confident. The kind of man who talks to waiters like they're part of the furniture. When she noticed me, her smile froze for a split second before she recovered. "Sweetheart, you made it," she said, voice sugar over glass. He turned, extending a hand. "The famous husband," he said. His grip was firm, possessive. Something inside me shifted, not anger, not jealousy. Something colder, a realization dressed as patience. They looked too comfortable. The way her hand lingered on his arm, the way he leaned close to whisper, not professional, not friendly, intimate, familiar. I watched, listened, collected. Every glance, every half-finished sentence, every lie disguised as laughter. By the time dessert was served, I didn't need proof, but I wanted it anyway. Not for justice, for precision. The next days moved in silence. She left early, came home late, smelled of new perfume and someone else's air. I didn't ask. I observed. Her phone stayed face down, always. Her laughter had a new rhythm, rehearsed in secrecy. At night, she showered longer, washing away whatever she thought I couldn't see. I bought a new phone under a different name, cloned hers in less than an hour. I read everything, every message, every half-whispered fantasy sent between meetings. "He's so dull, David. He wouldn't notice if I left for a week." "Then leave," David wrote. "Stay with me, tonight." I didn't rage. I documented. Screenshots, dates, GPS logs. Each piece of evidence stacked neatly like puzzle fragments, forming a quiet apocalypse. A week later, I mailed an anonymous invitation to her office email. Subject, Annual Celebration Night, dress code red. The real invitation had no color code, but I wanted her to stand out. She always liked attention. When the night came, I arrived first. Same venue, same people. But this time, I wasn't there to watch. I had already sent David's wife, yes, the one she didn't know existed, every message, every photo, every betrayal neatly time-stamped. She replied once, "Thank you for showing me the truth." She said she would come. When my wife entered, all heads turned. Red again, of course. She wanted the spotlight. She didn't see David's wife standing near the bar, pale, calm, holding a glass of white wine that looked too innocent for what was about to happen. They met eyes. Then the phone buzzed on every table. One shared drive link. No subject line, just office memories. A gallery of messages, selfies, hotel receipts. Every secret laid bare in the open. The room fell silent. Then whispers. Then gasps. My wife's face drained of color as if someone had unplugged her soul. David tried to speak, but his throat had forgotten how. I didn't move, didn't blink, just stood there, the ghost of a man watching his own resurrection. She found me near the exit. Her voice shook. "You did this?" I looked at her the way a surgeon looks at a tumor before cutting it out. Yes. Why? I took a step closer, close enough for her to see that there was no hate left, only precision. Because you wanted me humiliated, I said. You just didn't expect to watch it happen to yourself. Her lips parted, but no words came. Just trembling silence. The boss was crying now. Real tears, not corporate ones. His wife walked past him, dropped her ring into his drink, and left. My wife reached for my arm. "Please, we can talk." I stepped back. "No," I said softly, "we don't talk. You perform. That's what you're good at." She collapsed into a chair, mascara bleeding down her face like confession ink. People watched. They didn't laugh, not because it wasn't funny, but because truth always silences the room. I walked out before the music started again. The night air was colder than I expected. The city hummed in the distance, unaware it had just witnessed the end of something that once mattered. I walked without destination, no satisfaction, no triumph, just stillness. Revenge doesn't heal, it clarifies. It turns love into an equation where betrayal equals freedom. By the time I reached home, her things were already gone. I'd hired someone to remove them while the party played its final song. The walls looked cleaner without her reflection. I poured myself a drink and watched it swirl, amber, calm, final. For the first time in months, the silence didn't feel empty, it felt earned. People think revenge is about punishment. It isn't, it's about balance. And tonight, everything was finally equal. I took one last look at my phone. Her number still there, her last message still glowing in the thread. "Wear something nice tonight," I smiled, deleted it, and for the first time I didn't feel anything at all. Sometimes the cruelest thing you can do to a liar is let them live with the truth.